So we've started a brand new format in which we are not discussing shlokas one after the other, but we are going through a theme of shlokas. And the current theme is Krishna is the source of all the incarnations. Krishna is the source of everything. Okay, so as a part of that, we are doing the chapter number 11, verse number 5 and verse number 7. So first we'll do it verse number 5. Sri Bhagavanuvacha Pashyame Partha Rupani Shatasho Shatashodho Atha Sahasrashah Nana Vidhani Divyani Nana Varna Kritini Cha Sri Bhagavanuvacha Pashyame Partha Rupani Shatashodha Sahasrashah Nana Vidhani Divyani Nana Varna Kritini Cha. Supreme Personality of Godhead, my dear Arjuna, O son of Pritha, see now my opulences, hundreds of thousands of varied, divine and multicolored forms. Let's go to the 7. Ihaikastham jagatkritsnam pashyadya sacharacharam mama dehe gudakesha yachanya drashtumichhasi. Ihaikastham jagatkritsnam pashyada sacharacharam mama dehe gudakesha yachanya drashtumichhasi. Translation: O Arjuna, whatever you wish to see, behold at once in this body of mine. This universal form can show you whatever now you desire to see and whatever you may want to see in the future. Everything moving, non-moving is here in one place. Okay, very interesting. So the topic is Krishna is a source of everything. So let us discuss this verse. So in the previous chapter, in the chapter number 10, Lord Krishna said in 10.8, Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. It translates to, I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. So Krishna has declared that he is the source of all the spiritual and the material worlds. In other words, he's saying that he is the source of everything. And also he said that he is aloof from the world. I mean, all the creation is coming from the creator. At the same time, the creator is aloof from the creation. That's the point number 1. And Arjuna already has understood this fact that Krishna is not just a normal human being or something like that. He knows that he's not a mere human being. He knows that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But then, to establish the divinity of Krishna, he requests him to show the universal form. It is not that the universal form was requested by Arjuna because he had a doubt that whether Krishna was Supreme Lord or not. Now, if he's going to show the universal form, then he's going to be the Supreme Lord. No, not like that. It was not a test. It was just to establish that, Krishna is the Supreme and there's nobody like him. That's the reason why Arjuna has asked Krishna to reveal him, to show his universal form. And Krishna very mercifully showed his universal form. It is not possible for us to see the universal form of Lord without his mercy. So we need mercy of the Supreme Lord to be able to see his form. So the idea why Arjuna has asked Krishna is to set a criteria so that in future there shall be nobody who will say that I am Krishna. Because we already see in Kali Yuga, it's a fashion that people say that I am Krishna or I am God, isn't it? So to avoid this kind of situation, Arjuna has actually requested Krishna to show his universal form, and Krishna has actually shown it, right? So every living entity is a tiny, 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 tiny spark of that whole, that is Krishna. So because we are a part of Krishna, we cannot understand Krishna, nor can we see Krishna. So also it is said in this chapter, 11th chapter, Krishna says that you will not be able to understand about me even by speculative knowledge, even by any kind of academic knowledge, or by performing any kind of austerities, or by knowing any kind of Vedas or dana or any kind of ritualistic activity. You will not be able to understand me. The point is, Krishna cannot be understood by any of these materialistic activities. Any of these activities is not a qualification to understand Krishna or to see Krishna. Because we are all a minute part and parcel of Krishna. Correct? So being such a minute part and parcel of Krishna, we need mercy of Krishna. To be able to see Krishna, to be able to understand Krishna, Krishna has to reveal himself. It is not possible for us to see. Arjuna cannot see the universal form by himself. Krishna has to grant that vision. Similarly, for us to understand, we are trying to understand about Krishna. It is not possible by academic exercises. So, it is not possible by academicians to understand about Krishna. Only devotees can understand Krishna. So, the same thing has been confirmed in this very chapter, where Krishna says that only by pure devotional service and only by those pure devotees I can be understood as I am. It's a very important lesson for us. So the point is this: Krishna is unlimited infinity. So to see this infinity, the infinity has to reveal himself. Then it is possible to understand this unlimited infinity. So without the grace of this infinity, if he does not reveal himself, it is not possible to understand the nature of this infinity, because he is infinite. So Arjuna is pleading for the grace of Krishna. He is not giving order to Krishna. You should show me the form. So a lot of people, they want to see God, but they ask it in a way, in a challenging fashion. If there is God, let him appear in front of me. God is not our order carrying servant, that if I order, he shall appear in front of me. He will certainly appear in front of the pure devotees. That is very advanced, pure devotees who are very submissive, who are the best of the yogis, the bhakti yogis. For them, he will appear. He appeared in front of Arjuna, he showed him the universal form. He appeared in front of Dhruva Maharaj. He appeared to Gajendra. Like that, Lord is ready to appear, but provided we ask and request in a proper way, right? And also Krishna says in Srimad Bhagavatam that he is not visible to those people who are kuyoginaha. Kuyoginaha means those who are not complete in devotional service. Those who have not completed their sadhana properly as given by their spiritual master, to them, Krishna does not reveal to them. He actually says to Narada in his previous lifetime that I'll not be able to show you further my form because you are not complete in your sadhana yet. This is all I can show you. So this is the secret, okay? So it is possible to see God. It is possible to see Krishna. Provided, first of all, we understand who is God. To be able to see God, first of all, I should know who is God. And I should accept God as He is. And by the grace of God, by the grace of Krishna, and by the grace of the spiritual master, we may be granted the vision to see this universal form of the Lord. Just like Arjuna was given the vision to see this universal form by Lord Krishna, isn't it? Similarly, Sanjaya, who is the student of Vyasadeva, he was also given the vision by his spiritual master, Vyasadeva, to be able to see this conversation between Krishna and Arjuna. So therefore, Krishna consciousness is not a very cheap process where we can just go ahead and say, show me Krishna, or nobody can come and say, I'm going to show you Krishna now. Just see. It's not like that. Okay. This is a very, very mature process, right? And this is a very stable, mature process by which we can see Krishna. First of all, we have to accept a spiritual master, accept his instructions, and then perform sadhana. As the spiritual master says, then when we sincerely do it, if Krishna is merciful, if the spiritual master is merciful, by the mercy of the spiritual master, Krishna is revealed. By the mercy of Krishna, a spiritual master we will attain in this lifetime. Okay? So the topic of this shloka, particularly the theme that we're discussing about, is that Krishna is the source of everything. So how do we understand that Krishna is the source of everything? We understand it by seeing the universal form of Krishna. This universal form of Krishna, Arjuna was able to see everything inside it. He was able to see past, present, future. There's no such equipment or a scientific process to see everything at one place. Nor is there a process in which you can see past, present, and future all at one place. When Krishna showed himself, it was like millions of suns being shown at one place. And also what is interesting is, when he shows up, he shows all the different kinds of demigods are within him. So this is shown in one of the verses. It says, my dear Lord Krishna, I see assembled in your body all the demigods and various other living entities. I see Brahma sitting on the lotus flower, as well as Lord Shiva, and all the sages and divine serpents. So Arjuna is able to see everyone. Brahmanam Isham Kamalasanastham. He is able to see Lord Brahma, and he is able to see Lord Isha, that is Lord Shiva. All the devatas, all the demigods are seen in this universal form, which also proves that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he is the source of all the devatas, including Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara. So he is the source. And also he sees that all these devatas are surrendering in front of the Lord. All the hosts of the demigods are surrendering before you and entering into you. Some of them are very much afraid, offering prayers with folded hands. It is said, and also it is said, all the various manifestations of Lord Shiva, called as Rudras, all the manifestations of the Adityas, the Vasus, the Satyas, the Vishwadevas, and the two Ashwini Kumaras, the Maruts, the forefathers, the Gandharvas, the Yakshas, Asuras, and the perfected demigods called the Siddhas are all beholding you in wonder. So it is all these different kinds of demigods are seeing with wonder this universal form, and they are also seen within Lord Krishna. So From this, we understand if Lord Brahma himself was seen, Lord Shiva was seen, and all the Devatas are seen, all the Rudras, 11 Rudras, 12 Vasus, right? Everybody is seen within the Supreme Lord. So this universal form is called the mellow of wonder. There are actually 12 rasas or 12 mellows, okay? So can anybody tell me what is the mellow in which Arjuna is there? What is the rasa in which Arjuna exchanges with Krishna?
Sakhya and Sakhya.
Sakya, that is friendship. But then in this chapter, is it the Sakya rasa? When Arjuna is seeing the universal form, what is his reaction? Is it friendship?
I think Shishya Bhavat.
Disciples.
Shishya.
Wonder.
Shishya.
It is wonder. That's right. It's Vismaya. So he is awestruck. And then he's folding his hands and is paying obeisances to the universal form. But we see, but the original rasa which Arjuna exchanges with Krishna is that of Sakya, friendship. But now Krishna is exchanging the rasa of wonder, Vismaya. Right? So this is one of the 12 rasas that the Supreme Lord can exchange with his devotees. So this is the point, devotees. The point is very straightforward. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Why is it relevant? It is very much relevant because, first of all, to worship God, we should first of all know who God is. Right? For example, if you want to buy gold, you should know what is gold. Once Prabhupada was asked, did you see God? And he said, to tell you whether I have seen God or not, first of all, you should know who is God. Then I'll be able to tell you. If you know who is God, then I'll be able to tell you whether I saw God or not. It's a powerful concept, isn't it? So simply understanding the position of Krishna itself is a kind of a worship. This is the first step of the surrender. And it is also the last step of surrender. If you 100% agree that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, then it is 100% surrender. If you agree 50%, it is 50% surrender. It's like that. How much? It depends upon the degree of our understanding, degree of our surrender. So the great devotees of the Lord, like Arjuna, they know very well about the Lord. The 12 Mahajanas, they know about the position of the Lord. And this position is a very secretive position. So this is possible to know only by the mercy of the spiritual master. So let us all surrender to the lotus feet of the spiritual master. Right? And let us all commit that we will agree to whatever spiritual master says. So whatever, Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitte Te Kareho Aikya. Whatever the spiritual master says, we shall agree to that. Let us have a aligned vision towards the spiritual master. And then we can advance rapidly in spirituality, in Krishna consciousness. Okay, devotees, thank you very much. Do you have anything to ask or say? Hare Krishna. Any questions? Anybody has any questions? Nobody has questions. I will ask some questions. So here is a question number 1, right? If Arjuna knew that Krishna was supreme, why did he ask him to show the universal form? You can answer this.
Because Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Hare
because he did not receive the grace of Krishna for him, he should grant him the vision. Then only he would be able to visualize him, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. This is my understanding.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much. Anybody wants to say? Yeah.
Hare Krishna,
Prabhuji, this was okay. Go ahead, Kajan Mataji.
Can Mataji, you carry on.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji,
Yes,
that was
Prabhu.
to make common people like us to understand that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. So Arjuna asks the Lord to show the universal form.
Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And then, whom did Arjuna see in the heart of Krishna? Residing in the heart of the Krishna. We spoke about some principal deities whom Arjuna has seen. Who are they?
Brahma, Shiva,
Yeah, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and others. Right?
and others, Vishnu.
Yeah, who are the others?
All the
Demigods.
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 Yeah, there are some names, right? Rudra, Aditya,
Rudra,
Ashwini Kumars.
Ashwini Kumara, Maruts,
Maruts,
Das, and all.
Adityas,
Right.
and other demigods.
Everybody, whoever we can imagine. So, yeah. So
And
actually,
Prabhuji, the universal form was shown only to set a criterion. It's there in the book, and book is in front of me only. So that to prevent the imposters who would pose themselves as incarnations of God.
that's
This
right.
is the main thing, probably.
So that nobody can come and pose themselves as the God. So it's a fashion in Kali Yuga that it's very easy to cheat people and say I'm God. I'm God, like that. The first thing we should ask is, can you show your universal form, right? So yeah. So what is something very funny is, like, I was seeing one of the topics of journey of self-discovery. There's a program in that. One of the topics is supermarket of gods. So yeah. So in the universal form, we could actually see the supermarket of gods, right? So all the gods we worship, everybody, the entire supermarket was there, right? Hare Krishna. Dhanavad pranams. Okay, Hare Krishna devotees. We'll stop here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Right. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Matsu.
Hare Krishna, Dhanavad
Hare
pranams,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, to all
Prabhuji,
devotees
thank you.
present.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Dhanavad Pranam, Prabhuji.
Dhanavad
Hare
pranam. Hare Krishna.